Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm going to be talking about 5 makeup tips on things that you need to stop doing. If you have clicked on this video, you probably are looking for some guidelines. So if you are looking for guidelines and basically what is going to make you look your absolute best according to more of an artistic side, tip number 1 is the contouring of the nose. Contouring was made to chisel out, to thinify areas of the face and to add contour. So basically where an area is kind of more rounded and you want to add a little bit more of edges or to slenderize the face. Someone with a wider bridge, a soft contour on the nose will look beautiful and can totally put your features in balance and really just make your makeup just all look like it comes together and look absolutely beautiful. Now, the issue is when girls already have a narrow bridge, and basically when the nostrils don't even stick out from the bridge. So noses like that definitely do not need a contour. In fact, they almost need the opposite. So over contouring your nose when it's not necessary, it's definitely a no-go. So that's tip number 1. So this is for my young clients. I'm talking about like the 15, 14 year age. One of the things that they're doing is the under eye, the concealer, the powdering, and all of that. And the first time I think I heard a 14-year-old saying this, I was like thinking at 14, I was like spot concealing, you know? But at 14, you shouldn't have any creasing. At 14, this area here should be as smooth as it basically will ever be in your teenage to adult life. So that's fine if you need to color correct something, so using a concealer, totally fine, but doing concealer and powder and all these steps under your eye is unnecessary. I feel like that's more people like in my age group which get fine lines and we are preventing the makeup from creasing. I would say if you're like under 18 or 19, I feel like that step is absolutely unnecessary, and the more powdery and the drier your under eye is, it's always just going to look more cakey, and I think it's actually going to age you. Alright, so for the next one, I'm not a very good example for that. I am so due for lash extensions. So ignore my lashes, but this is something that I learned, and I feel like another trend is when they flare out on the outer corners. And I feel like when we do eyeshadow, you're always like lifting the eye. It's always that contour kind of on the outer corner. So I feel like with lashes, you think the same thing, just really flared out on the outer corners. That I'm definitely a victim to this category. But once I learned what to do right, I feel like it completely changed my lash game. But for someone with more like almond shaped eyes, where the outer edges really taper, I used to think that, oh, that's definitely where I need more volume or more lifting is the outer corners. But that's actually going against the shape of your eye. It almost made it look really top heavy on my eyes. It almost made my eyes look smaller. And that is not the point of lashes. The point of lashes is to make your eyes look really open, awake, and fresh. When they're almost too long on the outer corners and it's not right for your eye shape, it can actually have the absolute negative effect. So if you've tried strip lashes or lash extensions and you do feel that it's a little bit heavy on you, try this trick next time and have them go a little bit shorter on the outer corners, and it almost gives you this kind of like rainbow effect, which I used to think that's just going to make my eyes look more turned down on the outer corners, and so not the case. So definitely try that out if that's an issue that you're having. Alright, the next one has to do with baking, and I'm all for it. Now my issue is when I see YouTube tutorials when they bake this area, and although I do think that carving out your contour makes it look absolutely beautiful, makes your face look way more chiseled, which is great, but it's when I feel like it should kind of stop there, because I feel like this area of the face should kind of be smooth and just basically the color of your face. There shouldn't be blush, there shouldn't be bronzer, it shouldn't be lighter in this area necessarily. The issue is when I see like baking powder applied from here all the way into the chin and all the way around. So basically almost creating this like beard of baking powder. When I think about lights and darks and shadowing and all of that, doing that to the face, you're basically making this area appear whiter than this actually. And As far as I know, when it comes to face shapes and everything that's, you know, working towards making you have a more feminine face shape, you're normally not trying to enhance this area. So I'm a little confused. Definitely does make you look better. I don't know if it's just one of those things like you just get bake happy and you kind of want to put it all over the place, or if you kind of don't want to see where it kind of just ends. I understand, but I think it's better to blend it out than to just have this kind of like whiter white area on the face. Because like I said, I'm all for carving out that contour, but definitely no need to add more bulk to the lower half of the face. All right, and the next one is probably one of the biggest makeup trends that has just lasted, I don't know, like the last 5 to 10 years almost, and that is brows. I do have to say that I am absolutely happy that brows have made such a turnaround. I am so glad that the thin, skinny sperm brows are out. I definitely had them, and I feel like younger girls today just haven't gone through that crazy over plucking of the eyebrows. So I feel like they'll always have better eyebrows, so definitely don't over pluck. What I think is absolutely crazy is when the eyebrows are way too dark and way too large for your face. I'm all for enhancing the brow, filling in sparse areas of your brows, but if you are someone that naturally has a thinner brow, adding like a 1/2 inch thick brow is not going to look pretty. I don't care what the trend is. And the reason for that is it's always going to look out of balance with your bone structure, with your eyes, and I think one of the key features of your face that no matter what trends are in, I think big, beautiful eyes is always going to be a thing. The way we apply shadow is to bring attention to the eyes, is to bring out the eyes. And I feel too strong of a brow actually takes away from your eyes, which to me, again, makes absolute zero sense. So not to be mistaken with someone that has natural, bushy, really full brows, that's absolutely beautiful, because then again, that's so natural to your face, and you most likely have the bone structure and the eye shape and everything to support those big gorgeous brows. So my tip is, if you do like a much larger brow, or say you weren't blessed with thick brows but you love that trend, I think having them a little bit wispier is so much prettier as opposed to like a thick, chunky, really dark, just really fake filled in brow. Because a smaller brow will always just kind of be a little bit more forgiving on the eye because it's just a lot softer. So the bigger the brow, the more natural it has to look. All right, guys, and that is it. And again, I do want to say I'm in no way wanting to sound like I am the end all and be all expert of makeup. Again, I am just looking at the face as kind of this masterpiece and looking at it more like art as opposed to just doing all the makeup techniques that are trendy just because they're trendy. If you have other video ideas and other tips that you would like to know from me, please leave suggestions down below. All right, guys, I know that there are millions of videos out there for makeup, so the fact that you've clicked on mine, I absolutely appreciate you guys and love you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.